Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Figure Wednesday. Today I will be reviewing the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Flashback Target exclusive Rocky Maivia figure. This figure is fantastic. In my opinion, they did a really great job recreating a young Rock. And like I said, you can only get him at Target if you're still able to find him at this point. He might still be available on their website, I'm not sure. But this is an awesome flashback, and I highly recommend if you're a fan of The Rock. Even though it was one of his gimmicks that weren't super popular, this is how he debuted in the Nation of Domination, so it's really cool. So that being said, let's take a look at him in the packaging. As you can see, his packaging color scheme is slightly different, and it has kind of a tribal look to it at the top here. There's a new WWE logo. And there's Rocky Maivia there, this huge hairdo he's got going on there. There's a WWE Elite Collection Flashback logo, more tribal designs. It says highly detailed action figure, authentic ring attire. There's a large picture of a young Rocky Maivia. It says Rocky Maivia, and there's a warning choking hazard on the side due to his entrance gear. On this side, there's Elite Flashback logo and a picture of Rocky. And this side, there's a WWE logo, the Elite Flashback logo, and another picture of Rocky. And looking at the back of the box, you could see a large image of Rocky Maivia, the Elite Flashback logo. It says Rocky Maivia and has a small bio about him, and then a little company info there at the bottom. So that being said, let's take a look at him fresh out of the packaging. Alright guys, so here we have the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Flashback Target exclusive Rocky Maivia figure fresh out of the packaging. Overall, I'd say it's a really awesome figure. I love the detail in it, and it's kind of like a defining moments figure, considering he has just a great amount of detail, and they gave him his entrance attire and everything. It's a really awesome figure of The Rock. If you're a fan of his, I do highly recommend picking him up if you're still able to find him at the store, or check the Target website, as you may still be able to order him there. But it's a great flashback to when I was young, the early Attitude Era. I barely remember him like this, honestly, because I was so young at the time. But it's really cool. So that being said, let's take a look at him up close. Here's his new young head scan with his really thick, tall, curly hair, which is awesome. It's a ball jointed head that moves up and down as well as left and right. Here you can see his entrance attire that's very detailed. It's a thin rubber, and it has these fabric streams hanging from it, as you can see. That wraps around his neck. And it comes undone here. There's a little latch. You just separate it like that. As you can see, it just locks in to place there, and then you can just take it off. Here's what it looks like underneath. But yeah, that's his entrance attire there for you. Now looking at Rocky himself, here's his torso. He has a typical Elite ab crunch joint. He has ball jointed arms that go up and down as well as outward. Swivel bicep joints, typical elbow joints covered by these thin blue rubber elbow pads that have cool details to make them look authentic with the fabric designs and everything. And then it has the decals on it as well with his logos, his Samoan logos at the time. They don't restrict his elbow movement too bad, so you can still pose him pretty well. Looking at his wrists, he has these tall blue wristbands on both wrists. They go all the way around, and they are painted on, they're not molded. Then he has a typical swivel wrist joint as well as a hand joint that goes up and down. Looking at his lower torso, he has a swivel waist joint, and he has his blue tights with the Samoan designs going all the way around. These are ball jointed legs that go up and down as well as outward. He has a swivel thigh joints. Then he has a typical double jointed knee joints. and they're covered by these thin blue knee pads with the Samoan designs as well. They have other wrinkles and cool designs to make them look more authentic. They restrict his movement a little bit there, but not too bad. And then he has his tall white boots. I don't remember if these are the boots he wore where his calf showed or not. These are like the boots he wears more recently. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. I'd be curious to know. But he has a swivel joint that's kind of restricted by the strap here, so just be careful, don't force his boot to swivel. You can see the detail in the boots with the laces and everything. And he has a typical ankle joints that go up and down, but mine are, there we go, I could actually show you for once, wow. The ankle joint that goes up and down, the ankles are pretty stiff, so just be careful you don't end up breaking it. And then he has a typical ankle joint that you could pose him that way as well. And yeah, that's Rocky Maivia before he had his Brahma Bull tattoo, another Brahma Bull look, before we all really knew him as the Rock he is today. And yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like Wrestling Figure Wednesday on Facebook to suggest future reviews you'd like to see me do, and I will see you next week. Thanks. For all your wrestling figure needs, check out ringsidecollectibles.com.
Like wrestling? Tune into The Rack, Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern on wildtalkradio.com.